Next on Worcester News tonight, police are investigating after a man was assaulted at knife point in Worcester. Plus, former Bruins players visit Central Mass to give back to the community. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Catherine Andrioli. Worcester police say they are investigating an assault after a man was seen slashing tires with a sword early Wednesday morning. Police say it happened on Millbury Street around 1 a.m. When they arrived on scene, officers said a 49-year-old man told police he was at 3G's bar when he saw a man throwing rocks at his car. The victim then told police when he approached the suspect, he lunged at him with a small knife, cutting open his hand. We spoke with people who work in the area. They say they're shocked.
Normally, I've never seen anything happen here. I'm here every day. Everything seems fine. My clients come, they never have a problem. Everybody's cool. So it's kind of disturbing finding out that something like this is happening.
The suspect is described as a Hispanic male. Anyone with information is asked to call Worcester Police. Staying in Worcester, police have arrested a woman accused of robbery. Our Olivia Lemon joins us live with more. Olivia?
Catherine, officers responded to reports of a fight on Main Street around 5 Tuesday afternoon. According to a male victim, a woman police identify as Kelly Mendez approached him outside a liquor store, then punched him in the face. When the victim's girlfriend left the store and tried to intervene, Mendez allegedly hit her and stole her groceries. A fight then broke out. This is when Mendez reportedly bit the female victim on her arm, causing a visible wound. People we spoke with say they can't believe someone would act so vicious.
When do you draw the line? When is, your personal problem with somebody versus their life? Even take it into your own hands in your own regards. Is it really worth it to seem that tough? It's really kind of something that's kind of sickening, so to say.
The female victim was taken to the hospital and treated. Mendez is charged with unarmed robbery. She faced a judge today and was held on $2,500 cash bail. Catherine, back to you.
And Auburn police say the man who allegedly exposed himself to 2 young children has some history in town. And tonight we're hearing from the mother who helped lead police to the suspect. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
Obviously, you never expect something like this to be happening to you. Certainly not when you go out to lunch in a public place.
Jamie Prendeville was having lunch with her 9-year-old son and 15-year-old daughter Tuesday at this Auburn McDonald's. After stepping away to take a phone call, she says her children told her a man sitting across from them had exposed himself.
They were definitely caught off guard and grossed out, to say the least.
Prendeville brought her kids to the car and took this picture of the suspect, 57-year-old Stephen Sullivan, while he was waiting at a bus stop.
He said, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, thank you, just snapping a picture. I'm bringing it to the police station for you exposing yourself to my kids." And he kind of chuckled, just, "Oh," didn't even deny it.
We don't want people to confront suspects, but clearly the photo that she provided us was very instrumental in identifying him.
Auburn police says Sullivan is known to their department and has had run-ins with the law before. Court records show Sullivan was convicted of open and gross lewdness back in 1982. Officers were able to find him on the bus.
The officer that she showed it to in the lobby was like, "Yeah, I know who that is." He disseminated it to the other guys that were working, and then they went and tracked him down. And so it ended well, it ended quickly, thankfully.
Sullivan was arraigned in Worcester District Court Wednesday and is being held on $10,000 bail. As for Prendeville and her children, she says everyone is doing okay.
They're not taking it, bad or anything. Obviously, this man is someone who shouldn't be out walking around doing these things.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
An accident knocks down a utility pole in Worcester's Quinsigamond Village neighborhood. Police say it happened around 2 this afternoon on McKeon Road when a tractor trailer was driving by low-lying cables and knocked them down. One of the cables landed on a city vehicle, causing damage to its windshield and strobe light. No citation was issued to the truck driver, and as of 7 p.m. this evening, the scene was still active. There has been no word on any injuries. A Sutton woman remains in critical condition today after a car accident in Grafton. 54-year-old Deborah Hovejman was airlifted to UMass Medical Center after this crash yesterday. A preliminary investigation revealed she struck a concrete pole in the area of Grafton Common around 10 last night. Police say crews had to pull her out from beneath her car after it rolled over. Hovejman was taken to the hospital, where she remains in the ICU. High temperatures for a week straight here in Worcester, and there's little sign weather is changing. Our Patricia Nicholas talked to people who work in the heat every day and how they're dealing with it.
Wednesday was the 7th straight day of heat in Worcester. As temperatures hit the 90s, a local roofing company says it was even hotter where they work.
An average 90-95 degree day can be 125 to 135 degrees on the roof.
On Top Roofing says they take precautionary measures to ensure their safety during hot days. They drink water and take longer breaks. And if they need to, they will postpone a job due to heat.
It's hard work and things can happen, and there's a lot of liability in this, so you got to keep the guys safe.
Other workers are out in this heat maintaining the city. Commissioner Paul Musi says his employees work in all conditions but try to cool down when they can.
It's something that we're conscious of, but again, it's work needs to be done.
Work at the Ecotarium is mostly outdoors. Many of their employees work to not just keep themselves cool, but also the animals, who they say can show signs of heat stress.
To prevent that, providing them with fresh water every few hours, as well as large ice chunks in the water.
As for the Ecotarium employees, Johanna Black says they take long breaks and, most importantly, drink a lot of water. Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Firefighters in Barrie are battling another brush fire, their second of the day, and at least the fourth one this week. Firefighters were working in a remote location near Vernon Avenue, where tankers were used to bring in water. The fire spread into the woods, and roughly 1.5 acres was burned. Crews from surrounding towns were called in to battle the blaze. They tell us the cause of the fire was from a campfire that was not properly extinguished.
It took us 10-15 minutes to circle and actually locate the fire. It seems that somebody was out here with a campfire at some point, possibly overnight. About 1.5 acres that's burnt. It's deep-seated, very limited access. So we've had quite a few this week. A lot of them seem to be deep-seated, limited access, so it's very manpower intensive. The fact that it's kind of outside of our water district means we've got to bring in a lot of tankers, and then we have to actually stretch a lot of hose out to the forestry vehicles once they get up into the scene to put the fire out.
Tonight marked the first ever meeting for Worcester's Diversity and Inclusion Committee. The committee discussed the importance of maintaining a diverse pool of city employees and promoting the hiring of minorities. City Manager Ed Augustus says in the past year, 18% of newly hired city employees were minorities. He also said 55% of new hires for Recreation Worcester were minorities. The committee will meet on a monthly basis. The Friendly House in Worcester is the only place in the region to receive funding from Herbalife Family Foundation. Friendly House received a $12,000 check Wednesday. Herbalife says they had many organizations to choose from, but when they found out how giving and resourceful Friendly House is, they say it was a no-brainer. Friendly House's executive director Gordon Hargrove says he looks forward to their partnership.
It really makes me feel proud, but probably more than that, it's not just me, it's all of our children, our board members, and particularly all of our staff. We're quite a family here.
And this is the beginning of what we hope to be a long relationship. In addition to nutrition, we are hoping to wrap our arms around these children. Our volunteers are going to come out during Christmas. They're going to help during back-to-school drives. They are going to be here and help with special projects for Friendly House.
And members of Herbalife will be volunteering every week to teach Worcester children about nutrition and fitness. Kids at the Friendly House also got a chance to hang out with former Bruins players Wednesday. The Boston Bruins players played a game with the kids and talked about the importance of team spirit. Former player Glenn Featherstone says it's important for kids to learn to work together and to create a positive team atmosphere.
Our focus is on just learning how to be a good person and treat everybody with respect and the way that they would like to be treated. And any of the kids who get that are 100% success in my mind, whether they hit the ball or not.
This is the second year the former players have visited the Friendly House. UMass Medical School taking steps to educate students on the best ways to prescribe opioids, all through a new program. Our Andy Madison shows us the first of its kind training and how it could impact the battle against opioid addiction.
Not at all. Third-year medical student Yan Emily Yuan is learning how to treat patients.
We had a standardized patient who was coming in with acute pain, and we were instructed to get a sense of what his pain management was currently and whether or not that was safe and appropriate.
In this simulation, the patient is complaining of chronic pain and has been prescribed Percocet.
As students, we've been educated about safe and effective ways to manage pain using opioid, but not using it in a way that's inappropriate.
According to the governor's office, there are 3,000 medical students in Massachusetts, and it seems like one of the goals for healthcare in this state is to have all of them go through some sort of opioid training before graduation.
You can't do it alone. It's the government.
Today, Public Health Commissioner Monica Burrell was on campus to see UMass's new training program,
With him about Tylenol, and he says he's taking Percocet,
which could be key in battling the opioid epidemic.
Substance use disorder is a medical illness that deserves medical treatment, prevention, interventions, and appropriate treatment and recovery.
The tour also included a panel discussion.
I needed help.
And emotional stories about addiction. Megan Giacomuzzi is a recovering heroin addict and is hoping treatment improves.
We're all going to feel pain at some point in our lives, and it's okay to prescribe pain medication because there's a safe way to do it.
A process medical students like Yuan are learning.
I do want to talk about some other ways of managing pain,
which could be an important step in preventing opioid addiction before it starts. Andy Madison, Worcester News.